Riding the Tour de France is the highlight of most riders' careers.
Yeah, but sometimes that highlight can turn into a complete and utter nightmare. So in this video, we're going to go through the worst things to happen to those Tour de France riders. And let me tell you, Conor, it ain't pretty.
It's not all butterflies.
It's not all butterflies.
Oh no.
Oh no, oh no. Let's start off with an obvious one. Crashing. I mean, crashing is part and parcel of the Tour de France. It's nervous, especially in the first week. But the worst thing is, if you crash in the first week, you've got road rash, potential broken bones, and then you've got to lug around those injuries for the rest of the 3 weeks. And then the worst thing is, if you've got road rash, you're going to stick to the sheets. No sleep. I mean, the Tour is hard enough, let alone trying to lug around injuries from the first couple of days.
Rain day in, day out. It's not what you want on any ride, but added to the tough routine of a Grand Tour, it just makes life hard for everybody. More clothes to wash, carnage on the bus before the stage, uncertainty, tougher race conditions. It all adds up over multiple days, and it all adds up. I said that last. You little. Oh.
Your bus is a sanctuary, a haven in the midst of chaos. So when it burns down, you're suddenly left adrift in an endless sea of suffering. My bus burnt down once, and it was torturous. The hardest thing was not having a toilet, not having anywhere to go about your business in the morning. So you have to walk down the street to a cafe and ask permission. And it's only so long until word gets around Spain that you're on your way. Word gets around Spain pretty quick, actually. Then you're in trouble. Without a bus in a race, well, you just don't want to think about it.
So you've got out of the bus, you've signed on, you're waiting on the start line. It's getting cold, you've dressed up, and well, you don't really know what's going to happen. You've heard mutters from the organisations. Snow's coming in, hail is coming sideways, the wind is, well, very strong, and well, you don't know if the neutraliser's going to start, you don't know if the race is going to start, you don't know what's going to happen. And then suddenly, well, you hear a mutter, the race is gone, and there it goes, you're not ready. You try and clip in, you get in the wrong gear, you've overdressed, you're out the back. Sometimes you never know what's going to happen in the Tour.
Oh, come on, connect. No Wi-Fi! Oh, come on. There has to be one bar. No words needed. It's the end of the world. It's the worst thing that could ever happen, worse than being rained on. I'd rather crash. Actually, thinking about it, it might actually be quite nice being cut off from everybody else. I can just really focus on the race.
I mean, this is the absolute worst. It's the monkey on the back for any Grand Tour rider. It's getting out of the time cut, the time limit. It's what every Grand Tour stage racer thinks about. I mean, think about it. You've worked your absolute butt off for 3 weeks. You're deep into the mountains, you've been riding for 7 hours, the peloton is gone up the road, you're left on your own. And then your director, Sportif, is on the radio. Hank, yeah. OTL. You know what that stands for? Out of time limit. All your dreams have gone away. The next thing you hear is, Hank, sorry mate, here's a plane ticket home. Then you're sat on the plane thinking everything you've given for nothing. I've seen riders cry over this, and I don't blame them. It's heartbreaking. Now that is a bad thing to happen to a Tour de France rider. I've never done a Tour, so I've never been in that position.
It was the longest stage of the Tour de France yesterday. And you got to your hotel, and it wasn't quite what you were expecting. It was a straw mattress. Well, it was supposed to be straw, but you really just felt the concrete floor, and you were sharing a toilet. Big dirty trucker down the corridor, and he left a big floater in there this morning. So you had to save it for the bus. Breakfast, well, cold rice, cold chicken. Not what you were expecting on the way to Paris. But hey ho, another stage today. Hopefully tonight will be a little bit better.
Winning a stage, I mean, that's a highlight of any race, but winning the stage of the Tour de France, that could be your life ambition ticked off. Everything you've ever worked for, so of course, you're going to want to celebrate. A glass of champagne or two in the evening, why not? But just remember, you're going to have to ride the next day. The race isn't going to wait for you, so don't go too big. If you're going to be a hero in the evening, make sure you're a hero in the morning.
Last minute called up, got the training wrong, the prep didn't quite go to plan. Overcooked things a bit, rare, but it does happen. Now, the Tour de France is the pinnacle. Your competitors, they're on banging form. So if you turn up with anything less than what you're really capable of at your best, the race can turn to torture. And what is worse, you've got 3 weeks of it. Oof. See you in Paris. Hopefully.
A Grand Tour. Now this is the highlight of any Grand Tour rider. But sometimes, well, you get a leader's jersey that's just off the peg. And then you're doing a mountain time trial, flying down at speeds of 55 km/h or more. And you got your jersey that's flapping in the wind. You spent ages working on marginal gains, and then you're given a parachute to wear, and all your wattage is going out the window. What are you gonna do? All I want is my team suit back. Oh my God! Now I've lost the stage win, I've lost the lead, but at least I get a yellow jersey at the end of it. Right, I've lost this time trial. Balls.
Okay, so those are some of the worst things that could possibly happen at the Tour de France. But let us know in the comment section down below, what do you think is the worst thing that would happen to you at the Tour? Interested to hear your thoughts. Manon is still looking for a Wi-Fi.
There's still no phone signal even up here, Conor. But if you did enjoy this video, then why not give it a big thumbs up?